Hi everyone, happy to be back on the Patreon. It's been a few weeks that I've been away. As you might have seen on the news, on internet, everywhere, Valencia has been struck by a very violent storm and it affected nearly every one of us. I'm feeling absolutely grateful because I just couldn't work for a month, but I was safe. A lot of people I'm working with have lost everything, and a lot of lives have been taken away. So I was not feeling in the mood of putting myself in front of a camera with a smile and to do a video. But I'm back, Flowbonacci is back, and today we are going for a Barreldulum sequence. Here we go. And you will say once again, Fabio is driving us to a difficult, complex thing. No, it's just that I like to put names on things, on moves. It helps my brain to understand, to process, and to find variation. That's it. Don't be afraid. Stay with me. You will love that. And it might remind you something that I often talk about with you, which is transdulum. Transdulum is a translation pendulum thing, move, sequence. What is the difference between a transdulum, translation pendulum, and the Barreldulum we're gonna see today, which is going like this, and I find really cool, really organic. It's a point of view. Tell me what you think. The difference between the translation and the barrel is that a translation, stay with me, a translation is a move, this one, which allows us to transfer from a front plane to a back plane, or from a back plane to a front plane. Basically, a translation, transdulum, is pendulum, translation, pendulum, which means I am transferring a front plane spin to a back plane spin. Pendulum in the front plane, translation, pendulum in the back plane. Still there? And the barrel will begin by a pendulum, a translation, but the head will come back in front of me, which means I'm not going to change from a front plane to a back plane. I'm going to just enter on the back plane and come back. Pendulum, translation, but this head will come back in front of me. Barreldulum. This is where we are going. Very cool from my point of view. And we're going to begin by doing this sequence without the dragon staff rolling. Palm facing the sky. I'm going to hold it with my left hand, and I'm going to go pendulum on my left, palm facing down now, translation, and here we're going to do a magic, opening hands and finishing palm facing the sky. This is the most difficult part, and like in life, sometimes we have to let go and just open to what is coming up. This is the dragon staff philosophy. Don't try to grab. Open. Palm facing the sky. Palm facing the sky. Pendulum. Translation. And just open. What is happening when I am opening my hand? Again, translation. Here I want to avoid the monkey grip, the thumb facing the other fingers. So I'm gonna move my thumb on the same side than the other fingers. Not like this, like this. It's important. And here I'm gonna grab my dragon staff just to take my time and see what is happening. Here I'm guiding. I'm gonna open this end. Because I am off center, this head is gonna come down. Sorry, translation. This head is gonna come down. And here, I'm gonna flip my hand. Slow motion. And the first exercise that you can practice to become comfortable with this Barreldulum sequence is repeating this sequence without rolling. Pendulum, translation, open, coming back in front of me. Other end. Pendulum, translation. Thumb is very important. Not like this. Like this. No. Yes. Same side. So what is happening when I'm doing this is that if I am here, when I'm gonna open, my thumb will still be in the way and will not allow my dragon to pendulum the right way. So really think thumb on the same side of like the other fingers. Again, here we go. Pendulum, translation, pendulum in front of me, other end. Pendulum, translation, this head coming back in front of me. And I'm gonna play with this, becoming more and more comfortable, finding that it's quite natural. The most difficult, because it's not instinctive, is just to let go here and just wait. And flip my hand to come back with the palm facing the sky at the end of this exercise. Just like this. Translation in front of me. Pendulum, thumb, like the other finger. Translation, back in front of me. Palm facing the sky. Thumb, Pendulum translation in front of me. Pendulum translation in front of me. Pendulum translation in front of me. And now we're going to make it roll. And a very important parameter is that it's not a rolling away sequence. This sequence is beginning by a rolling towards me, which means I'm gonna place my dragon at the end of my fingers to have more time, and then trigger the pendulum translation back in front of me. And when I'm landing here, the other end, I want to land on the beginning of the end of my fingers, the beginning, you see, to have a maximum distance in the rolling toward roll. If I am finishing my in front of me pendulum and landing in the middle of my palm, because it is a rolling toward me, I'm already stuck. If I cross the wrist line, I can't do much because I lose my palm and the ability I have to grab and be in contact like this. So I want to land here to have more time. That being said, I'm gonna roll and trigger. Beginning of my fingers, roll and trigger. I'm triggering my pendulum when I'm reaching the base of my finger line. Rolling toward, when I'm here, pendulum. And remember, very important, thumb must be placed here. Rolling toward, triggering, thumb, and coming back, rolling towards me. And I want a slow rotation. I want to understand what is happening. How can my finger find solutions? How can my body find solutions? I will move my body to have my plexus facing the action, facing here the action, facing the action. And I can freeze anytime. Coming back. Okay, what's happening here? Translation in front of me. It's very important to be off-center. It is the off-center grip, without the thumb, that is allowing us to organically trigger the pendulum. The gravity is just working for us. Rolling toward, base of my finger, thumb, translation, pendulum, translation, and this head is not going in my back, but in front of me, and I just open my hand. This is maybe the most difficult part. Letting go. Slow motion. 2 pointers. The first one is possible because this is a Flowbonacci. No, more important, it's because it is a disc shape. And you will understand. So it works, of course, with the treeing because this is the beast of the dragon staff head if you want to explore technique. But it's also working with the vortex, which is the other Flowbonacci disc shape with the spiral head design. And I will explain you why. I'm doing my pendulum, and when I'm doing my translation, I took the habit to roll my head under my armpit. It became a point of control. And if you have a disc-shaped dragon staff head, you can really play with this, not only in this Barreldulum sequence, but the Barreldulum sequence is, from my point of view, a great way to begin to play with this point of control. It's like having a touch. I'm coming from the Diabolo scene. I began, okay, little history part. When I was 15, I began with the Diabolo. I loved Diabolo. I still play Diabolo. And Diabolo is not only controlling the string, it's allowing yourself with the stick to touch the shells, call that the shells, the big shape. And by touching it, you're controlling the orientation of the Diabolo. And from the beginning, I make a huge parallel between the dragon staff and the Diabolo because from my point of view, these are two gyroscopes. For the Diabolo, it's clear. For the dragon staff, it's a long axis gyroscope, but it is acting physically like a gyroscope. And like a Diabolo, like a gyroscope, touching the heads is having an effect. Try. You will be surprised. It's really effective. Back to the Barreldulum, rolling towards me, base of my finger, pendulum, and during the translation here, I'm rolling under my armpit. Here. And because this sequence is very organic, the roll under my armpit is helping the rotation of the dragon staff. Check this out. Rolling toward, pendulum, it's rotating like this. And it's going to roll perfectly under my armpit. Touch. 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 Touch here. Touch. And I can really freeze. And going. It is helping me to give a little help to the orientation without using my other hand. Here I'm in control with 2 points, my fingers and my armpit. And I can correct the orientation of my dragon staff. I really love to play with that parameter now. So I encourage you to do so. Touch. Touch. And the second pointer is going to be your hands movement when you will open translation. Here I'm opening a let go and I'm going to use my thumb. It's quite difficult to explain exactly how do I do this, and maybe you will find your way. My way is to have my thumb coming back here. So I've got 2 points of contact. My pinky under and my thumb over, so I can control it. It's like the armpit and finger, 2 points, 1, 2, one over, the other under. And here, off center is the same. I have 2 points, pinky, thumb, pinky under, thumb over. Here, this one. Quite difficult to explain, but you will feel it quite naturally. Again, rolling towards me, pendulum, here. This is an important position. Pinky under, thumb over. This is the second pointer. And really the important is to let go and open my hand. If I am trying to grab, I will grab, but I will not let go and allow my hand to flip over. Here, flip over. I'm transferring from a palm facing down position, open, to a palm facing up position. Now, you have all the secrets to do and play with the Barreldulum sequence. How to trigger the Barreldulum. In fact, we are very often rolling away. For this one, I need to do a flip. So my dragon staff is rolling towards me. Rolling away, flip, rolling toward. And this is all I have to do. Rolling away, rolling toward, landing at the end of my fingers to have more time. Rolling away, flip, toward, end of my finger, and here we go. Can do 1, 2, and if I want to come back, I just have to have another flip and roll away. Ooh. Flip, beginning of the finger, 1, 2, extra flip, rolling towards, rolling away, sorry. Again, sorry. Rolling away, flip, toward, trigger, Barreldulum, 1, 2, I want to go out, extra flip, rolling away, chi roll, whatever. Going out. Going in, going out. Rolling away, toward, pull, trigger, extra flip, rolling away. And I really love this because I don't know how to explain, but this one is feeling good to me. This extension, this move, elbow, wrists, it is bringing something. It's a point of view, it's my feeling. I don't know if you will feel this, but I really like to have this moment. And coming back. Arm roll, for example, flip. Hua. Hua. And it is working anytime you have a rolling toward you. For example, you can be in what we call reverse chi roll, which is actually a rolling toward, paddling forward chi roll. That's another story. Reverse chi roll. My dragon staff is rolling toward me. Here, I can do and coming back. which is actually feeling quite good. Yeah. Should try this one more. Flip. Whoa. I like it. And that's it for the Barreldulum sequence. Let me know what you think. It is more easy than it looks. It's just a letting go exercise from my point of view. Open the hand and you might be surprised. I hope you will like playing with this. And thank you very much for the support you're giving me on Patreon. I received a lot of messages from all over the world. It is fueling me with energy. Thank you. And I will keep on going. Keep it spinning and have fun. Ciao.